is you just go quiz, take quizzes, and it'll take you to your quizzes. So if I said, okay, pull up your app and open up the quizzes, we're going to take a quiz right now in class, that's how you would get to that. You don't have to go through the chapter and scroll to the end of it to find each quiz, so you can just take the shortcut. Let's review a couple other functions of this app. So we're going to go through course topics. Let's go back to muscular since that's what we're in. So we just went through 13 together pretty much. So let's say I want to check and see kind of how I'm doing. Down here in the lower corner there's one that says review checklist. If you click that, it will bring up your unit goals or all the learning goals, basically what I'm using as your curriculum for that chapter. This one shows 13 and 14. There's 46 of them. I'm not going to make you all know all of those honors. I'll make you know a few more, regular, a few less, or different modified ones. So you can go through. Identify the 3 types of muscle and describe the muscular system's function. Did I do that? Yes, I did. So I'm going to check it, and it actually lets me check that box off. So this is a way for you to keep track of your progress. Let's say I get to the next one. Describe the location and function of skeletal muscles, and I'm not sure if I mastered that or not. I can go right there. There's a shortcut to that section, so it tells me 13.4. I can click it, and it'll bring me right there to practice, which is really cool. Okay, so let's say this was an area I was weak on. Skeletal muscle. Like, what's skeletal muscle? So I can go to Create Note Card, and it actually gives me the options over here. Marker, eraser, erase all, toolbox, save. So there's all sorts of things you can do. You can type in there, not toolbox, text box. You can type in the text box. So let's say I wanted to draw an arrow and to remind myself that blue equals skeletal muscle. And my handwriting's really bad right now because I'm not zoomed in. But you can basically mark up a flashcard there, make it, and then save it. Save to My Note Cards or export to Photos. So I'm going to just save it to My Note Cards. So now I got to name it. So I'm going to name it Skeletal. Okay, so done. And this is kind of where you can take notes from within the app. It's not really like flashcards. You might think note cards, flashcards. It's not really flashcards for quizzing yourself. You could use it that way, but mostly it's to take notes. So if you want this to be in your view, if you want the text to be in your view during the note card, you have to make sure that's up before you open the note card. So now we've saved that. We can go to My Note Cards. If I click My Note Cards, and it's going to show you, you'll eventually have tons of these, all the note cards you've made. So it's basically a screenshot of where you were then and the notes you took on it. So that's cool. You can record all your areas you're weak on there, and I think you can go delete them from within that menu eventually. Oh, edit. You'd go to edit and then just click the minus to delete it. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so the last thing I'll show you is we went through note cards, review checklist, definition. That one is just the icon you'll see from within a certain chapter. The search function's cool. You can say I didn't know what chapter to find it in or what section, but my teacher asked me something about the myocardium. Okay? So I type in myocardium, and it's going to bring up everything in this whole app that has to do with the myocardium. So we see we've got one in cells, we've got some stuff in muscular, and a couple in circulatory. So I know that we just learned about muscular system, so I'm going to go to that part of the myocardium, and it'll just shortcut me right to that section. So I think I've taken you through most of the stuff down here. A shortcut to get to your... I was showing you earlier up here this little tiny book icon and the speaker icon. The speaker you have to click to get it to speak. But if you go, instead of trying to hit that tiny book, you can also go down here and click definition, and it should just pull up that box again. And it's a quicker way to hide it and minimize it. And then the little light bulb up here, tips, that will just kind of show you how to navigate around the app in general. And it's kind of just a quick guide for you. Alright, so I think that's all I have to show you today. And if you have any other questions on navigating the app, just come talk to me. I've been playing with it since the beginning of the year, and I'm really glad you guys have finally gotten it. I think you'll do